Audit regulation as in Company Act 2016. Qualification and disqualification of an auditor.
Who may become an auditor? According to Section 263 of the Companies Act 2016, it is any person that may apply to the minister charged with the responsibility for finance to be approved to become an auditor. Secondly, anyone with a good character and competent to work as an auditor. Thirdly, the renewal of approval in force for 2 years. Next, anyone who is a member of a recognized company. Next is any chartered accountant. And lastly, anyone eligible and past the MIANS 3 years of practical accounting experience. Now this is a recap of who may become an auditor according to Section 263 of the Companies Act 2016. There are 6 according to the Act. Now, moving on to the next one. How is a person disqualified from becoming an auditor? According to Section 264 of the Companies Act 2016, anyone who is not approved to become the company auditor may not become an auditor. Secondly, anyone who is indebted to the company of more than 25,000 ringgit. Thirdly, a charged bankrupt within or outside of Malaysia. Next, anyone who is convicted of any offense involving fraud or dishonesty with imprisonment of more than 3 months. Next, a person if he is an officer of the company or his spouse is an officer of the company. If that person or his partner is a shareholder or his spouse is a shareholder of the company, or if he is a partner or an employer of an officer of the company. Lastly, any person who is related to the company if he has been an officer or promoter of the company at any time within the preceding period of 12 months unless the minister directed otherwise. Now this is a recap of how a person can be disqualified from becoming an auditor according to Section 264 of the Companies Act 2016.
Duties of an auditor.
Assalamualaikum and hi guys. Today we will discuss about the duties of auditor according to Company Act 2016. For the first point, auditor shall report and state financial statement as his opinion are true and fair, view of matter according to the standard and the Act. Next, auditor must have independent opinion. After that, auditor must attend a general meeting according to Section 285 Company Act 2016, where the financial statement is laid to respond any of the question about audit. And other than that, an auditor must carry out an audit. And finally, an auditor must report to the registrar. That's all from me. Thank you.
Rights of an auditor. What are the rights of an auditor? An auditor has rights to access the accounting materials such as books, vouchers, and other records, including registers of the company and its subsidiaries. Next is the right to require information and explanation from any officer of the company and any auditors of a related company or any subsidiary for the purpose of carrying out his duties. Auditors also have the right to attend any general meetings and to speak in his capacity as an auditor. Lastly, an auditor has the right to receive all the notices or any other communication relating to any general meeting, which a member is entitled to receive. Appointment of an auditor.
The auditors of private company and public company can be appointed by director, members, or the registrar. For the private company, the appointment of the auditor by the director must be at least 30 days before the submission of the first financial year to the register. The appointment of the auditor by the members must be at each subsequent year following the first submission of financial year. The appointment by the member also take place when the board failed to appoint auditor under the appointment by the director. Next, appointment by the registrar in the private company happen if the company does not appoint any auditor, and then the registrar will appoint one for them. In public company, the appointment of auditor by the director can be at any time for the annual grand meeting, which is AGM. The auditor will stay at the company until the next AGM. While for the appointment by the member, the auditor can be appointed at the AGM, and it also can be happen when the board of directors failed to appoint auditor under appointment by the director. In the case of auditor appointed by the registrar, it is happen when the company does not appoint any auditor, and then the registrar will appoint one by writing an application by the member of the company.
Resignation and removal of an auditor.
Section 281 Resignation of an auditors. By written notice. By giving a written notice to the office at the registered office. The notice shall bring the end of the auditor's office after 21 days of the date of the notice. The company shall send a copy of the notice to the registrar within 7 days from the received date. By ordinary solution. The company may remove the auditor at any time by ordinary resolution at a general meeting. However, the auditor may not be removed from office before the expiration of his term of office except by resolution. By special notice. Special notice shall be required for a resolution to remove auditor from office at general meeting. Upon receipt of the special notice, the company shall send a copy to the registrar. The auditor may make a representation in writing within 7 days from the receipt of the special notice. Section 282, Notice of Resignation of Auditor to Registrar. Where an auditor resigns his office, the company shall send a copy of the notice to the registrar within 7 days from the receiving of a notice of resignation. The company and every officer who contravene this section commit an offense.
That's all for this week's video. See you next week.